On this episode of VLGA Connect, we continue our conversation with Rose O'Leary, the Community Engagement Officer Gambling at the VLGA. Part of Rose's work involves helping communities engage with the process when there are applications for gaming machines. Rose, let's move on to the second part of your program, the civic communities part. Really keen to hear your thoughts around how communities can be more effective in this space.
Absolutely. And this is the area that I've been working in for a few years now, and I'm super passionate about. Communities are best able to participate in these processes when they're able to redirect their energy in a meaningful way. We see that people often get worked up and want to participate in the process and have their say, but if they're not doing it in the right way, it won't be effective and it won't have the outcome that they desire. So councils have a really important role to play in directing that energy of community into the most impactful way, and that's ensuring that they follow the process and have their say through the existing channels, and that might be through planning stages or through the Victorian Commission for Gambling and Liquor Regulation. So we work with councils and communities to make sure that they know what they need to be doing in order to have their say in a meaningful way for it actually to result in the outcome that they desire.
Have you observed that in action in terms of getting more meaningful outcomes, or at the very least communities feeling like they've been contributing in a way that their efforts are being rewarded?
Absolutely. So the reason that we're funded to do the work that we do is because we know that when communities have their say and when councils participate in these processes as well, it's much more likely that the community will see a really good outcome. And we've seen quite a few of really positive outcomes. Shire of Cardinia, City of Whittlesea, Shire of Bawbaw. All of these are just a few examples of the many really good outcomes that have come from that in community. When they're able to redirect their energy in a really meaningful way, they're really quite happy with the outcome. And if they're not being able to be directed in a certain way, then obviously the outcome might not be possible.
Sounds really positive. If anyone watching this from a council or from a community wants to know about more about how they can be involved, what's your advice to them?
Well, I would say check out our website, so vlga.org.au, and you'll be able to see a gambling page on the front and centre of that, and you'll see my details on there as well, so please get in touch. We know that there's quite a few applications coming up in the next year or two, so I'll be reaching out to a lot of councils and communities in this time of working virtually together, yes. So hopefully I'll be in touch with you or be in touch with me.
Fabulous. Rose, great to talk to you. Best of luck with the work you're doing. It's a terrific effort, and I'm sure we'll speak again on VLGA Connect. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Chris.
We've been speaking with Rose O'Leary, the Community Engagement Officer for Gambling with the VLGA. And we'd like to hear from you at VLGA Connect. If you have a story to tell, perhaps an example of how you're adapting in the COVID-19 world, please reach out vlga@vlga.org.au, and we'll be in touch, and we may see you on a future edition of VLGA Connect.